Hi everyone. Welcome back, beautiful people. My name is Elizabeth Rookie. In case you're on here for the first time, I bid you a special welcome. Now, this is day 10 of the reunion and it's the final day. Okay, Level Up Reunion 2023 and it's loaded. Lots and lots were discussed, trashed out. It was a 1 hour show and I enjoyed it. Okay, so it started with the Giddy Fire Diana Rachel situation, yes, and it went on to the real one we were waiting to see, that is Beauty and Groovy situation. Then Beauty and Phyna, trashed it out. So sit back, relax as I give you a recap in less than 20 minutes. Okay, so talking about Giddy Fire situation, they showed a clip of Giddy Fire moving from Diana to what he had with Amaka and then to Rachel, and Diana was asked to speak. Diana, long story short, said she felt disrespected because how can someone that said he likes me on a TV show watched generally by everyone say he likes me and go for other girls mess up like that. So initially she said she wasn't feeling him like relationship thingy, but later on she started feeling it. But that altercation she had with Rachel when she saw them in a compromising position in the bathroom area, even discussing him, she said she was laughing and dancing with Doi and she wanted to just go to the bathroom to ease herself with Doi. And as she was going, she saw Bella and Shags and they tried to tell her, oh, are you going, sort of trying to say, don't go, maybe prevent her from going. But she eventually just laughed it off and went and saw them. And before she could look sideways, Giddy Fire was gone, literally disappeared. And she lashed out at Rachel. She said, okay, why would you be there? And they were even discussing her, like, okay, what are you doing with Diana? It's not good that you're playing her. So pretty much Rachel is aware that, Giddy Fire has a thing with her, even though it's not defined, even though Diana had not openly said, I like you back. But she said that Giddy Fire asked her for a relationship. So it was clear that Giddy Fire did that, okay? So she went on and on saying that it was like, okay, she venged her anger on Rachel because she felt like Rachel is a lady and since Giddy Fire is nowhere to be found, she just pretty much lashed out. I felt like she should have just apologized, okay? And Rachel came in saying that, okay, you didn't like him in that way, you didn't say it, so why were you angry to see us together? Even if we were discussing, it wasn't like we're tarnishing your image or something. So she said that she felt disrespected, and Giddy Fire didn't speak much. It was pretty much between Rachel and Diana spoke a lot. Trust me, the way she talks, you would laugh, okay? So long story short, she said she was disrespected. She said she didn't want a relationship at first, even though he asked her out. Later, she started developing feelings and all that. And she said that, Rachel had eyes for Giddy Fire from day one that she walked into the house. And Rachel said, don't speak for me. That, I didn't have eyes for him, it was just fun and all that, okay? So I would like to move to the other chapter so I don't make this video too long. So the next was about, the Beauty and Phyna, yes, Groovy situation. But the people who spoke were people around, like Brian spoke, Sake spoke, about the situation, even Saif, right? So this was Ebuka giving opportunity for those that were involved in the Beauty and Groovy relationship to give their accounts, okay? Give us more content, right? So Sake said he felt like Groovy was cunning, that he was playing a game, not just with Beauty, even with the whole switch to Phyna, that he was cunning. It was a strategy to just be on the show for longer, that he didn't see anything worthwhile in it. That he even spoke with Beauty about it, that are you sure you want to be with this girl, with this guy Groovy, are you sure? And he felt like Groovy didn't take control of the relationship. He wasn't in charge, And Groovy, some time here and there interrupted him and say, you have no right to tell me who to date because I felt like you had eyes for beauty. Okay, so even though you were married, I felt like you had eyes for her. So you were in no shoes to tell me who to date, whether to be in a relationship in the house or not. It's between me and the person I was in a relationship with. She's an adult. She can make decisions for herself, right? So, Sakesh tried to say, no, I didn't have eyes for her. We were just friends. I said then, right? He didn't speak much about it, but I'm sure sort of Groovy was trying to pour dirt in his marital whatever. So, and Sakesh didn't dwell much on that, but he did say he didn't have eyes for beauty as a relationship, right? So Brian was also asked to speak about it. He said, bro, we're not cool. Even to today, that's what affects our relationship. At least it started from there. I felt like you were cunning, you were playing a game, the switch also was too fast. There were several times I spoke with you and with Beauty, warning one of you, either of you, as to whether this is a thing that you want to dwell on. Even spoke about it. Pretty much 3 of them said it wasn't real, even though, they were in a relationship. It was a relationship, but that one person was playing a game wasn't real, wasn't genuine on the part of Groovy. And I felt like they literally pushed the whole episode of beauty drama, Groovy drama on Groovy. And then Groovy spoke. He spoke boldly and said, why is it that they were there when everything happened? The whole, Beauty throwing mics here and there, wigs here and there, the altercations, the back and forth, that they did not, come to him to, ask him how he was feeling, everything. Even when Beauty said certain words about him in the house, shaming him, that they didn't come to him and say, bro, how do you feel? Well, it's because Beauty usually goes to them to express herself, to complain. So they rallied behind Beauty, and he didn't feel good about that. And he's not to blame. Beauty is a grown woman. She can make decisions for herself. So he was real. That's what he said. And Phyna and Beauty were making faces. And he was real. He wanted a relationship, but it didn't work because even in the second week they started the relationship, he was still skeptical because he wasn't sure this is the person he wants to be with, right? And Beauty was invited to speak, and Beauty spoke a lot really. She said he was the one that asked her out for a relationship. She agreed, and the back and forth, yes, she owns up to the fact that she made some decisions. She shouldn't have done some things in the house, like even going on in a relationship with him, because she was warned by different people. She still went ahead, but for her it was real. It was 100. That she just got carried away. And then both of them started speaking. Groovy said you had alcohol problem, that when you left the house we saw alcohol. She said that alcohol was her planning someone's birthday party, I think Khalid or someone, that it wasn't for her. She didn't want to drink it. She know that yes, she acted some way, but it was her own way of expressing herself at that time, because she was really into it and she felt that she wasn't treated well. Okay, from what I noticed, I don't want to say certain words that they used because I don't want it on my YouTube channel, but Groovy came to make sure he doesn't put the whole blame of him and Beauty not working on his head. He made sure that she owns up to her own part of the way she acted, that didn't make the relationship work as well. So it wasn't just him, it was also her actions, her decisions. And then Beauty was like, okay, that she apologizes for the words she said concerning him, his body in the house, that she also apologized outside the house, and she has not really spoken much about it, only an interview, but that the fact that she physically came at him, that she wouldn't say that. And Groovy said, yes, you did that. You came at me. You were like that physically, okay, in the house. And you know, I saw that Beauty was particular about clearing her name, a brand, you know, any narrative around alcoholism or physically attacking someone. But Groovy came at it and said, no, you were this. At last, Beauty, you know, had to just not say anything and say, okay, let your conscience judge you. You know, maybe she thought Groovy will not talk about her actions in the house. Just say, okay, I'm not going to talk about this. Let's just let it die down. But Groovy did say it, and she couldn't say much, right? So let's move to the Beauty and Phyna situation. So Phyna was asked to speak. She said, you know, when she got out of the house, there was an event. She said hi to Beauty, and Beauty did not respond. She even told Daniela or someone to, you know, beckon on Beauty. That Beauty did not respond. And Beauty was like, house, please, for someone that did what she did, you know, I literally heard her saying, if I want to die, let me go and die, right? How would you feel? Would you say hello to such a person, being that you people have not discussed it before? Would you say hello back at an event? And none responded. Obviously, they would not. Even Chomsy shook her head like, no, I wouldn't. Okay, so they spoke a lot. Beauty said that she doesn't want to dwell on the switch thing because she's a realist. She believes, you know, Groovy can move on if he decides to, because he doesn't owe her that I want to wait for you until outside the house, right? Because several times they broke up. Even as that when she was leaving the house, she knew they were not together, so he could move on. But for the switch and for Phyna, because in the house they would talk, so she wasn't really expecting it that fast. To cap it all, Beauty really regrets her relationship with Groovy, and she sees Phyna as someone who, you know, okay, shouldn't have done what she did by moving on fast with him. And Phyna on her own side felt, okay, I didn't owe you much, even though now that I think about it, saying that I don't care how you feel, that's what if you want to go and die means. I don't care how you feel, I'm going to date him. And she took back her words, okay? But she didn't really say that she regrets dating Groovy. She didn't say she owed Beauty much. She just said maybe the way she acted, like if you want to go and knock, go and do that. Okay, she shouldn't have said that. So for me to just recap this, I felt like Bbnaija situation with Diana should actually feel ashamed of what she did to Rachel, because it's on you to move yourself away from the situation, not to wait for Bbnaija to treat you well. Yes. And secondly, about Groovy, Beauty trying to want to clear her name, act like she didn't do anything to Groovy. It's a no, she did something. So maybe that's what accounts for why the relationship didn't work, and definitely why she left the house. But the switch, Phyna, quickly, I also feel that switch was pretty fast, and I believe that yes, Groovy was playing a game, okay? He wanted a relationship to make him advance longer in the house, so definitely it wasn't cool. But dating Phyna is not really the problem. The problem is how he was committed to one person and quickly moved to another person, okay, without respecting the memory of the one that just left in a disqualified manner. So I'm trying not to make this video really long, even though it was more dramatic than I'm explaining. But if you would like to really enjoy everything that happened, do well to check the video on Instagram or Facebook. Somebody might have, posted it there. Okay, so I'll see you on my next video. Ciao.